Hello, I'm Renee, and you're watching Waylighter Life Tarot. Hello, Aries, my warrior friends. Let's take a look at where your energies are right now, what would be helpful for you to know. It is a full month with 2 eclipses going on. So what is Source wanting to say to you? And if something resonates with you, please like and subscribe so that this small channel can grow. You know what that's like, of starting out something new, initiating, being on the front and leading edge of things. You're very good at that. All right. Oh, we're there already. Transformation, stillness, and abundance. All right. So you're not so good at stillness, Aries. We'll see what comes of that. First thing, though, you're excellent at, which is transformation. You are wonderful at being on the leading edge. As I just said, you help us move to new frontiers. It's your intention is to light that initial spark, to help people have the courage to change and to forge ahead, and to have the faith that they are going to have what they need, either provided along the way or that they can create it from themselves. You have a lot of faith in yourself, and that confidence translates to others and helps them to overcome their own fears. You're in a time of stillness right now, and that is true. You have some retrograde planets, major retrograde planets, in your sign, and that's very uncomfortable. You are someone who leads by moving forward, by action, by decisiveness. So it's hard for you to sit still, and yet there is something to it. I'm seeing here winter. So it looks as though you may have a time when you're feeling a little bit frozen, but that there is still beauty going on under the surface. And look at those, it looks like the northern lights. So realize and remember that even in that that darkness, there is this gorgeous illumination. Remember, I said that you were the spark. That's something that you bring, is you help us bring this spark that we have inside and translate it into the 3D world. That's because you are a visionary. I promised in the eclipse reading that I did on the upcoming eclipse in Pisces that I would talk about career options and your role in the collective over the next, it's not just months, but it's also years, and really as we step into the full age of Aquarius. But definitely that initiation spark, that getting started, that's so hard, that initial shove of the boulder just to get things moving and to keep them moving and not let fear overcome you. That is something that you're good at. So, it looks as though our economies worldwide, certainly in Western cultures, are going to be moving more and more toward what we have called a gig economy, whatever it is you want to call it, entrepreneurial businesses. And you are fantastic at this because you have the vision and you have the drive to get them up and running, to take it from concept and to make it a reality. That is something that you could do not only for yourself, but that you could actually teach and coach and consult. You could help other people do it because they will not be able to see it. They may have a great idea. I think there are many of those, and they're going to need someone who can help them articulate it, who can help them understand how do I even talk about this, and who do I talk about it to get it up and running. That is perhaps why Source drew the next card of abundance. So this has to do with money. It does. You are helping create an economy, a reality, and helping move things from the spiritual essence of Pisces into the tangible reality that Aquarius needs, and a social focus from a strictly spiritual focus. And those two things are going to be coming together. I did a channeled reading about a month ago about seeing paths that are coming together and people coming from a whole lot of different roads and starting to walk one road together and having new conversations where they brought their own perspectives and ideas together where they had not really been in dialogue before, and how that's going to cause kind of a renaissance. It's going to bring about new possibilities that we have not explored before. So let's see what it is that Source wants to say to you. clarify these. Transformation, a time of stillness, but also that illumination that comes in the stillness, that vision that comes in that stillness, that pregnant nothingness. And then boom, there's a spark of some sort, that creativity that you are so good at, and moving it into the realm of a sustainable business. All right. We have the Four of Swords, the Eight of Wands, the Strength card, which I'm not surprised at all since we were just talking about courage, and the King of Swords. This is a great combination, guys. Okay, so let's talk through these, and then I will get some clarity on them from source. So you are healing, and this may also have been your time of stillness. But what I would like to say is actually try to seek a little bit of stillness in whatever way that is for you. If that's going out and running, and that's when you can just kind of be in your body and not have to be thinking too much, you can create that time of stillness, then do it that way. If it's yoga, do it that way. Whatever it is for you, it doesn't have to be only meditation. Or do this, go on a vacation where he's out in a boat and he's thinking about, what bow am I going to string here? What is the truth that I'm going to light a flaming arrow of truth and send it out into the world, right? What is that? And that is absolutely what you want to do. So the Eight of Swords is about communication, but it's also, Eight of Wands, not the Eight of Swords, definitely. Eight of Wands is about communication and about getting all of those. Usually they're shown all in a row as though they're going in the same direction. And that is definitely what you are considering and thinking about as you are running or in that boat, thinking and about what the arrow is. What wand do you want to send out of magic in the world? And my nose is itching. So I take that as truth. In this case, it almost looks like that they are building a structure of shelter, like a teepee. So it may be that you're looking at how these ideas, separate ideas, can come together. That's something else that you're very good at, is saying, well, okay, what do these have in common and how can we bring them together to create a stronger whole? You have the Strength card after that. Yeah, you guys are fantastic about courage, and your strength is in helping others to overcome their fears. You are usually fearless about most things. And it's not that I shouldn't say it that way, because it's not that you don't feel the fear, you just push past it. You do things anyway. So you turn it into exhilaration. You turn it into something joyful, which is really amazing. You take the strength of the charisma of the lion and you utilize it. You utilize it like fuel, like those arrows sending out into the world. Yeah, I love this reading. And I didn't even see this, so I didn't say it. It was hiding under the King of Swords. Your next card is the Fool. You are on a whole new journey, and if they're like, you're the beginning, you're the the beginning of the zodiac, and here you have the Fool. This is you. She is feeling wonderful. She is what many would say about to walk off of a cliff, and yet she knows she's going to be able to walk on air. That's you, and you actually do it. Sometimes you have maybe too little fear, and sometimes this fox here is shown as a dog that's biting the man in the butt and trying to pull him back from the cliff. But it is amazing how many times you do walk into the unknown, including seemingly off a cliff, and you fly, or there's more ground there. It's remarkable, and we need it. And you can temper it with the King of Swords. So notice that he has this really powerful eagle here. This looks to me more like a brown eagle, a golden eagle, than it does even a hawk because of the size. Look at it. It actually just seems to dwarf him. So he is getting information and perspective from an eagle's perspective. And then thinking about, okay, now I thought about this, what I wanted to shoot out into the world. Now I'm ready. I am the King of Swords. I am sending this truth. So as a sword, the arrow points us to the idea of truth. What is that I'm going to put structure to? I'm pulling it out of my mind and I'm making it real in the world. So this is exciting. Like, I'm getting all energetic. Let's just see what it is that Source wants to clarify. I was told I just went past one of the cards. So, okay, here we go. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Great. We have someone who is terrific about turning ideas into tangible reality. So that King of Swords, that idea, the strength of character that we saw with the lion, the willingness to move forward with joy and yeah, actually really like a sense of play and of joy that we see with the Fool. We now have someone who is really good at business, at 3D reality, but that hasn't lost sight of the importance of why we're doing something, not just for its own sake, but for a purpose, and is creating art. I love that she's creating art here because this is your art. Okay. This is not just everyday run of the mill. At this time, your artistic abilities of vision are critically important. All right, we have here the Four of Pentacles. So after the Queen of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles showing up to clarify the Eight of Wands. There may be some messages around how do we resource this? How is it that we focus it? There could be a question of, is the money going out enough to sustain, or excuse me, is the money coming in enough to sustain the money going out? So there may be some messages that you're handling around that. Modifying the Strength card, we have the Queen of Cups. So, wow, you have the Strength card and the Queen of Cups. This is courage. Just like, this is courage defined. This is a lion's heart. Wow. I mean, there are kings that have been like Richard the Lionhearted, right? I'm sure that there are many others across other cultures. So I don't mean to not bring them in, but that's the one that comes to my mind right now is, you are showing a lion's heart. I love it. Modifying the Fool. Wow. What a reading, you guys. Like, you're on fire here. Modifying the Fool, we have the Six of Cups. As I said, this is not just your run-of-the-mill. It's what I just said. This is about your artistry. This is about courage. This is about having the heart of a lion and getting out there and creating something that hasn't been seen before, that is new and fresh, and that brings a sense of the spiritual that you are considering and thinking about, that about this transformation that you're helping us all with, that you have been really putting structure to and putting ideas to. You are now celebrating. I love this. The King of Swords is modified by the Three of Cups. So this is about bringing people together. This is about thinking through a structure, a business, or something that is a structured group, something that is it could be a major project. It is something big, whatever it is, and it's your art. Your stamp is on this. And the King of Swords is taking the eagle's view of how can we bring that joy of the Fool and the Six of Cups, something dear to us, that's almost like a sense of play, that child's play that shows up between the Fool and the Six of Cups, both. Now the Three of Cups, where we are celebrating. And I just will also note that it may be that you bring in a consultant that can assist you with that structuring. Sometimes you like to be the emotional heart, that lion's heart, and you're very bright, but the details of the King of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles together, of needing to structure those things, that's not your passion. You'd rather hand off you'd rather keep leading and keeping people moving and keeping the vision in place and getting new people on board with that vision, and hand it off to someone whose work is a consultant And I say that because there's like a third party here in the Three of Cups. So if you have a choice of being able to bring someone else in who can bring that as a strength, and that's what they love to do, then by all means consider doing that. Of course, make sure that they're the right person, but stay in really what you are so strong at, which is this courage, this charisma, this magnetism of explaining things to people in a way that catches their heart and their spirit, that matters to them. That's that kind of messaging that you are so brilliant at. So it looks as though this eclipse season is going to hold something really amazing for you, and you are bringing that kind of newness and the letting go of the old. You're pretty good at that too, because you know that if you're going to really be on the leading edge and you're going to stay there, you can't show up with a whole lot of baggage that you have to haul around. So you bring that sense of childlikeness of not needing that, and of creating things along the way, inventing things along the way, repurposing them in whole new ways that people go, oh my gosh, that's completely different and new. And you're good at that. You're good at a lot of things. So Aries, wow, what an exciting reading for you. Please put in your comments below what has been unfolding for you. What's on the table right now? Because apparently it is something really major, and I would love to know. Okay, all right, I will talk with you soon. Sending many, many blessings to you for all that you do. Take care.